Adverse Childhood Experiences and Development by Trevino. Imagine you're 6 years old and you just walked through the front door of your home after a long day at school. You hear yelling in the kitchen. You know the voices and tone all too well. It's your parents, and they're fighting again. You peek around the corner just in time to see one parent hit the other in a moment of pure rage. You freeze, entirely unable to move or speak due to the fear in your body. You have just encountered an adverse childhood experience. Adverse childhood experiences. According to the Center on the Developing Child at Harvard University, adverse childhood experiences, or ACEs, are typically referred to as 3 categories of adversity children face at home. These categories being physical and emotional abuse, neglect, and household dysfunction. According to HealthWise staff, adverse childhood experiences come in many forms, such as emotional abuse, member of the household incarcerated, sexual abuse, parental divorce or separation, physical neglect, violence in the home, substance abuse, mental health issues in the home, and physical abuse. Reflecting upon the article, How Adverse Childhood Experiences Affect Brain Development, adverse childhood experiences can have lasting impacts. Some of the examples included are increased sensitivity to stress, impact to neural development, increased difficulty in managing emotions, negatively impacting learning and memory, altering the structure of the brain, conditions such as heart disease, PTSD, depression, anxiety, and increased risk of cancer, and disorders such as eating disorders, mood disorders, and substance abuse disorders. The good news is that there is treatment options as well as preventative measures that can be taken in relation to ACEs. Treatment options include talking regularly with a therapist, managing or treating underlying health conditions, crisis intervention, playing games with your children, reading books with them, being a role model for who you want them to become, enrolling in extracurricular activities, and joining a mentorship program. The Cleveland Clinic also continues to talk about preventative measures that we can use to prevent ACEs from happening in our home. These include using kind language when speaking to your children, use of non-violent discipline, being a role model, and teaching your child how to handle conflict appropriately. It's important to remember that it's okay to ask for help and that you are not alone. To learn more, please click on the link that I have included in this slide. It'll take you to a web page from the CDC so that you can learn more about adverse childhood experiences. This web page covers what adverse childhood experiences are, has quick facts and statistics, and it talks about outcomes as well as preventative measures that can be taken. I chose the topic of adverse childhood experiences and development because throughout this course, we've learned a lot about how crucial healthy development is for children throughout their lives. And while some examples and explanations are provided, I don't think that the topic of adverse childhood experiences are discussed enough. The statistics are extremely high for those who encounter adverse childhood experiences, and I encourage everyone to continue to educate themselves. I often hear that our parents did the best that they could with the knowledge they had. This is my attempt at providing you with knowledge to both treat and prevent ACEs in the future generations that we are responsible for. Knowledge is power, and when we hold something so valuable, it is important that we try our best to make the healthiest decisions possible to continue to promote healthy child development. And last but not least, this is my references page.